Hey everyone, welcome to our podcast. Today is Thursday, the 29th of June. That's the date. And I'm Joshua Soder on Instagram, Ravelry, Twitter, everywhere, pretty much. And that's the name of the podcast. Welcome to this episode, which is a number I don't know off the top of my head, but hey, it's awesome. So right now we are outside on my balcony. And there's like garbage people or something taking care of things, so you might hear a lot of trucks, and I apologize. Yeah, but we're outside because it's beautiful and cloudy and perfect weather for recording. So welcome to the show today. I have a lot to talk about. I haven't been recording in a while, so I apologize, but it's just been a whirlwind of things. A lot of things to talk about, and I'm also recording on my phone today, so I'm hoping my phone is working audio wise. If it's only picking up that truck sound, I'm sorry. Maybe eventually they'll be done. But anyway, there also might be cat sightings because they keep looking at me outside of the screen door here. But anyway, welcome to the show today. I'm very glad to be here and talk to you today. So, although, yeah, there's some neighbors like cleaning things, so who knows. We'll see if this makes it through the entire episode without having an interruption. But anyway, welcome to the show today. Lots to talk about, and also not lots to talk about. It's a weird day where I'm like, I have a bunch of things to show and talk about, but I don't necessarily have things that I can show or talk about. It's a weird thing. So anyway, I'm Josh. My partner's name is Rob, and also known as Scrabble Badger. He does not appear on the podcast, not because I'm ashamed of him or anything, but just because I don't know how well he would do on a podcast, you know? But anyway, in terms of I don't know how he would feel comfortably. Obviously, he'd do fine. He's a great conversationalist, but I don't know how he'd feel about doing a podcast about knitting when he doesn't knit. He's kind of that way. Also, if you notice, I have random nail polish on my fingers. That's because I had a Pride manicure, and some of it chipped off, and I chipped it off too. In terms of like, I sat there and like talking to people, and without thinking about it, like chipped things off. So I apologize if this upsets your OCD. It will be gone by knitting group today. My friend is that we're gonna take them off together, basically. But anyway. Podcast. I'm back. So again, this is on my phone, and I don't know how audio or anything is. This is my first time using my phone to record, actually. But I like it already. I like the picture and everything. So, and again, we're outside, so you might hear random birds, trucks, you know. If they start building on this awesome landscaping behind me, like literally we have a mud pit behind the camera. It's very ugly, but who knows. So, I haven't podcasted in forever, so I feel like I'm just like, get back into it. So the first thing we talk about is the quench, and what is quenching my reading thirst this week. Your else might be wind. I don't even know. It's great. Anyway, this is what I'm reading right now. It's a book by Kevin Hearn. It's called Staked. It's the 8th book in the Iron Druid Chronicles, and I'm like basically almost done. I have a couple chapters left, but it is a very good series. I highly recommend it. It's basically about this guy who's the last druid on the planet until he meets this girl that he helps train to be druids. Now they're the only 2 druids, but magically there's another druid that appears, and all sorts of things. But the cool thing about this series that I like the most is that every pantheon exists as long as there's someone that believes in it. So you can have Jesus walking down the street, and you can have like Norse gods and Greek gods and all sorts of fun things. And I can see the garbage truck finally. He's over there now, so I apologize. But basically every pantheon's deities exist, and it's really awesome series. It's about earth magic and vampires and trolls, and that's what this book is about. But every book has a different theme, and they're not the most well-written books, but they're really good, if that makes sense. Like, there was a sentence in here where I was reading it, and I was like, read the sentence out loud, and I was like, Rob, he's like, that is such a bad sentence. I'm like, yeah, you can tell. But anyway, that's what I'm reading. I've actually not been reading a lot recently. I've been listening to musicals more than anything, which has been fun. But like, I like to put a musical on and knit. I also have been audiobooking. I like to audiobook random things, and a lot of things I don't like to talk about, because a lot of the times I'm just like, yes, I wanted to listen to an audiobook about smut things because it just sounded interesting. I also like laughing at awkward sexual encounters. It's hilarious. But anyway, enough of that. We don't need to talk about that. I really just enjoy reading in general, and it's an aspect of reading where I kind of just like, oh, okay, cool, that's how people think things work, okay. And also sometimes it's a great story, and sometimes it's not, so you never know. I think that's the best part about that genre, is it's such a roulette of just like, you kind of get what you paid for. Anyway, so that is that, and what is quenching my thirst today? So, you guys all know my stance on this certain tea company called Teavana, and how I'm not a huge fan of theirs. Well, I was there with my friend Courtney, and they had some new summer flavors, and I was like, I'm looking for some new summer tea, so I guess I'll try it. And I was picking up, there's one tea that I adore from Teavana, and it's called Rev Up, and it has green tea, and oolong, and black, and there's peach, and mango, and it's so good. So that's like one tea I really like. But anyway, so I got some of their fruity flavors, and this one right here is their strawberry, grapefruit, Huelong, or something like that. Huelong, K-U-E long. Anyway, it's a tea. It's normally pink. This is like, it's like 4-3 steep, so it's very paley pink. Like, there's a slight pink ambiance to it. But hi Kiwi. I also remember cats. So if I randomly yell at cats because they're getting into some plants that our roommate bought, or like doing something wrong, so I apologize. But anyway, this is a grapefruit oolong, or strawberry grapefruit Huelong, I should say, and it's really delicious. It's very strawberry with like a hint of citrus in the background, and I like it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I still don't necessarily like Teavana as a company. However, some of their tea flavors are phenomenal, and there was a huge David's fiasco in my life that happened, and I feel a little put off by the company. Not the company as much as my experience working for the company here in the United States. And also, like, there's a lot of drama, let's just say that. But I've also like got tired of having the David's tea teas, because I worked there and I had them all the time. So I'm like, some new tea company, please. But anyway, that's what I'll be drinking today. There's already wool fiber in there. We got that out. So I'm actually gonna take a drink right now. And again, that garbage truck is backing up right now in the other apartment complex, not our complex, a different one. Anyway, let's get on. So that was a quench. So I have a lot of things to talk about. There's a lot of yarny things that's going to happen and things. So we're going to talk about finished objects. So we're going to do two really quick ones because I can't really talk about them, but they are coming out. So this is this thing right here, which I'm not going to show you, is part of my new collection that I've been working on. Very focused. Focusedly is not the word I'm thinking of. Very words are skipping me. With much focus, I have been working on my new collection intently, and so this is actually a new piece from my next collection that's coming out within the next month or so. I'll be launching it actually in the next couple weeks. And what this collection is, it is a self-striping shawl collection. You heard that right. I love self-striping yarn. Socks and I don't play really well. I think they're very boring to knit. But I love self-striping sock yarn, so I buy it a lot, and I have a lot of it, and I'm just like, what am I going to do with it? So I did originally design a shawl called Typhoon. Thank you, Chucks. I'm sorry if you can hear that. We're just going to keep going in, like, the theory that my voice is going to be louder than the echoes that you can hear around this complex. So where I live, there's my complex, there's another apartment, another apartment, another apartment. So there's, like, this whole, like, circle of apartments around this park, which is not a problem, but it creates like this lovely echo tunnel that happens. So anyway, so this is Torrential, which is from my new collection, is the one skein self-striping shawl. I'm not going to show it to you because it's still under wraps and it's still being tested and things. So yes, the other one that I finished recently, I actually finished two of these, is another collection piece that I can't show. It's called Tsunami. Tsunami is my favorite design of the new collection so far. I'm still working on half of the collection, so I haven't decided about the other half, but the first half of the collection, this is my favorite one, besides Typhoon, which was my first love. But Tsunami. Tsunami's where it's at. And Tsunami's beautiful. Both of these yarns, these are all 716 knit yarns. And again, I can't show it to you what it looks like, but this is what the yarn combo is. So this is a self-striping shawl, and I actually have two of them. I knit one with self-striping and a solid, and I knit one with two different gradients to show that you can do different things. It doesn't have to be all self-striping yarns, but those are those. And so those are the two finished objects recently that I can think of. I probably have more that I haven't shown you guys, but I just forget what was and what wasn't. So anyway, this is what I'm wearing today is it's called Swell, and it is being test knit. One of my test knitters is on the bind off today, and the other test knitters are, one of them is starting today and the other one is halfway, so like we're at good points. I mean, to be honest, the first one found pretty much all the errors, so I'm kind of like, it's all good to go. So I'm working on polishing it up. But anyway, this is called Swell, and Swell is my Camp Loopy Project 1 project that I designed, and this is with the fiber company Luma, which is a DK, and it is a blend of merino, cotton, linen, and silk, and it is amazing. It is light, it blocks out, it has gorgeous stitch definition, like beautiful stitch definition, and this is a shawl that will come out. It's called Swell. It's very simple. It has a lot of texture stitches. There's some linen stitch and a texture stitch, and there's a special stitch that I have never seen this stitch in anywhere, so I kind of invented it in a way, but it's kind of like a mishmash of things. I used it in Depth Charge, and so I used it again here. And then there's a little bit of a short row, and then there's this lovely Pico bind off, which is awesome. So that is Swell, and Swell is it was a really fast knit actually. And one of my friends was telling me at the ZK that you always say that, but this one it took about, I would say, a week and a half of actually knitting on it. So like it took all month, but I didn't knit on it all month, if that makes sense. So like once I got to the knitting part, I was like, why is there a little end sticking out? Oh well, we'll just tuck that down. But this is Swell. It's kind of like a half circular shape, sort of, but I like the shape. It's very easy to wear. My friend Haley wore it constantly at the ZK. But yeah, so this is Swell. It uses 5 skeins of the Luma yarn from the fiber company, and yeah, I love it. It was fun to work with a fiber that isn't all animal fiber, but yeah, so Swell, and it was Swell to knit with. So those are my finished objects. Now we're gonna talk about works in progress that I can talk about. So first off, this is one of my new acquisitions that I'm in love with, and I think everyone needs to get one. But this is from the Fringe Supply Company. It is their Porter bin, and it is awesome. This is the Army Green one. It was limited edition. I don't know if they still have it, but I love it. It's awesome. So I spent most of my ZK budget on this bag before the ZK because I was like, I really want this, and I have so much yarn. So what it does is it holds all these things. It's like open bin, but there's some pockets on the side here, and I keep my scissors in one pocket, and there's like ones for like needles or pens. Oh, there's pen holders. Oh my god. I was like, wait, I have pens in here. Putting my pens in right now. But yeah, so it has these lovely built-in pockets. You can kind of see, and it sits squarely. It's open. It has lovely handles, and I'm obsessed with it. I want a lot of them, to be honest, because so how I use project bags is like this, where I leave it zipped open and it's like a basket. Well, this is a basket, and it's made of this lovely heavy canvas. There's a large side pocket, which is like for patterns if you want or something. But anyway, this is what all my works in progress are in right now. Surprisingly, I don't have that many works in progress. It's one of these weird things where I finished everything and I've only been working on like one, and then I started a new one, and then the one I was working on didn't work out, so I had to rip out and restart it, and yeah. So what am I working on? One thing I can't show you. I'm working on a mystery knit design that I can't show you, so I apologize for that. So I'm just gonna pull that guy out to the side, but I brought it to show the colors mainly. And I just started it, so, but there's a mystery shawl that I'll be publishing. I'll give you a sneak peek. It has some stripes. Like I literally just started it yesterday, so it's not very far, but I can't show you nonetheless. But I'm working on that, and then so I was working on this project, which is my Pride Knit Along, because I'm hosting a Pride Knit Along on Instagram where you knit with basically a rainbow or whatever your pride is, whatever it can be. Kiwi, down, get down. Don't make me come over there. Sorry. Anyway, I was knitting with Pride Knit Along, and so I have this lovely rainbow of yarn. This is from In the Deep UC, because she's freaking genius, and there's 10 colors, and I'm knitting on it, and I got this far in, and it's not working out. There's an error mathematically, so I'm gonna rip this out. As you can tell, I'm ripping it out, but the idea is almost there. It was just a matter of I need to get like a little bit more precise. Sorry, I'm watching her, making sure she's not eating plants. But so it wasn't working out. So I had another sample that I was working on that didn't also work out. I've worked on this design like 15 times, ripped it out, restarted. It's just giving me a little bit of a designer headache, a little bit, and I'm being stubborn designer and wanting to get it somewhere. But thankfully I finally cracked it. But I started it with my one skein version of it. It's not much to see. I literally started this, I finished it, I just started it, I got like this little bit done last night, and I've done this morning. Most of this morning. So, but anyway, it has a chevron, and there's short rows and things, but this is Madeline Tosh, and this is their Euro sock base, and this is the colorway called Evil Eye, and Evil Eye is absolutely gorgeous. If it will focus. Come on, camera. Come on, camera, do your job. That's kind of close enough. Anyway, Evil Eye, it's this beautiful green with like pops of rusty oranges, and it's just gorgeous. I love the colorway. But this is the one skein version, and that's gonna be like basically knit. The pattern is knit as far as you can. So when I say one skein version, it's a one skein. When I say 3 skein, it's 3 skeins. And you can change color whenever you want to. You can do anything. It's kind of, in theory, it's a lot like the Dotted Rays shawl. It's not the Dotted Rays shawl by Stephen West, but in theory, where you can knit that pattern, as long as you finish a wedge, you can keep going, if that makes sense. So anyway, this is this project. I'm really excited for it. So I'm working on that. I'm ripping out the other one. Then I have Mystery Shawl. Those are my 3 projects. I'm not even joking. I also have a one skein version of the shawl that I'm knitting with my Harry Potter hand spun, but the one that's on the needles right now is the flaw. It's the flaw. It's the one that there's a mathematical error in it, and things. This happens in designing, and it's part of the process. But I haven't ripped that part out yet, so I didn't bring it to show because it's not going anywhere. Hey Kyo. The other cat just came out, it's under the table. So those are my works in progress and things that I can talk about. So we're going to talk about yarn things, because I have a lot of yarn things. So yarn and non-yarny things. I forgot to talk about life stuff. There's a lot of life stuff to talk about. I guess I'll talk about that like towards the end, so you can just like cut out if you don't want to listen to my boring life. Yeah, so this last weekend, yes, the last weekend was the Zombie Knitpocalypse retreat. This is the 5th year I've attended, and the 5th year that's been hosted, so I'm an original cast member, so to speak. And Kiwi? No. You can smile all you want. Sorry. But I had a great time. Got to hang out with my friends. I love that retreat so much. If you ever have the chance to go to the Zombie Knitpocalypse, I highly recommend it. It's a very relaxed retreat. It's very fun. It's very much pick your own. You can do as much or as little as you want. Some people went to a berry farm, for example. Some people did a 5K. I taught classes, and I forgot how much I love classes. So, like teaching, I really do. So it's one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, I really like doing this. So if you are someone connected to a yarn shop at any way, and you would like me to come teach at any time, let me know. I'm open. I have this whole class list thing that I teach and everything, and I love doing it. So anyway, no advertising on this podcast. I don't like doing that. So this is Zombie Knitpocalypse, and I got to hang out. I got to help with the Knit Buffalo yarn truck, which was awesome, and I got to hello Kyo, meow. I got to hang out and knit and teach and just have a great time. Like, it was awesome. I taught a shawl SOS class, which is all about how to finish your shawl, how to style your shawl, how to pick the right shape for you. Like, it's more of a I've knit this shawl, what do I do type of class. Not necessarily like this is how you knit a shawl as much as this is how it's beyond the needles, what to do beyond the needles. So anyway, gotta do that. What is that in my bag? Oh, I was like, there's some weird thing poking out. I was like, I don't know what that is. So I gotta go to that. So there was a yarn market and everything, and I got some gifts from people. So we're gonna talk about that now. But before we get to the ZK, I did get my Hedgehog Club for the month. And so I'm doing the mini skein club and the singles club. So this is Starry Eyes. It's gorgeous. It is a beautiful blue-gray with some greens and oranges and browns and just stunning. And then this one is a name that I'm not sure what it is. It's kind of like, it could be Zana Ora or it could be Lana. It could be anything, but there's the label. So it's interesting. But this is the color. It's gorgeous. It has oranges and pinks and greens and reds and rusts, and it's gorgeous. They are coordinating, and they're beautiful. So those are the skinnies, skinny singles, and then we have the mini club. And so this is the one of them. It reminds me a lot of Flamingo, which I have. I have Flamingo. It's awesome. So Flamingo, and then is what I'm calling it. And then there's this one, which I adore. I adore this mini. It's gorgeous. Like, look at those colors. And then there's this guy, which I also love. They're beautiful. So those are my mini skeins. And that. So that's Hedgehog. And now I'm participating in Camp Loopy 2. Again, before we get to ZK, I know I talked about it and we're going to go into it, but this is stuff, I'm doing it and trying to do it in like chronological order so I don't lose my place. But this is for my Camp Loopy Project 2, and this is Julie Spins Yarn. This is her 50/50 Silk and Merino Silky base, and this is the colorway Carbonate and Canopy. Gonna be doing something with those guys. Beautiful. And now we can get to the ZK stuff. So, first thing, so I can put away this project, the 3 Hours Girls and I are working together for my Mr. Knit Along, and they created a kit for me. And the original blue they sent, I wasn't a huge fan of because it's all the same tone, okay? So they all have the same tone, where they're all very much the same. So I was telling them, like, this blue is nice, but it's not doing it for me. So they actually ended up giving me a different blue, and it was this lovely color that's coming out this fall, and it's called Skinny Jeans. And it's gorgeous. So that is the blue. And that really just, like, it's a complete color difference. I'm loving working with it. It's beautiful. So that was one skein that I got from the ZK. I also, so I was on Team Red for the ZK Knit Along, and Team Red came in second. Yep. We were okay with it, and we were having fun. We were the most fun team of the entire retreat, obviously. No, we had a great time, hobnobbing and things, but I actually won a prize that I was not expecting. So we were playing, so basically you just submit things, you get bonus yardage, but I won a prize for the second most yardage in the entire knit along, and I was sitting there knitting at my table, and I was like, what? What? Me? Win? I was very thrown off. I was not expecting to win a prize, but I won a gift card to one of the vendors of the market as a thank you, and it was super awesome. So thank you to those guys for donating the gift card, and to Amy and Megan for doing all the counting and tabulating and things. Mostly, I think that was Amy's job, but it was awesome. And so I got to win that. So I went to the market on market day, and I picked up this skein. It was a $30 gift card from, this is the Two Guys Yarn Company. Two Guys Yarn Company. And this is their diamond base, and the color number 5 is what it's called. And it's a fingering weight, 50% superwash BFL, 25% camel, 25% silk. This is approximately 500 yards. And this guy, you guys, I paid $10 for this. This is a $40 skein. And the base is so lush, I can't even tell you. So I'm in love with the base. It's gorgeous. And it has this lovely halo, and I cannot wait to crack into it. But it's also a very unique blend because he makes his own blends. He was telling me the story of that He will buy the fiber, and he lives about 30 minutes from a mill or something. That he goes to and mills it himself and then dyes it, and I'm just like, this is the coolest thing ever. So he makes it, they custom make their own blends. It's super awesome. And then when I was there at the checkout, they had these my Team Red swag. Team Red swag. Because Team Red's the best team. We all decided. But anyway, this is a one of a kind. So it's actually their like SSK color from like 2015, and they had a bunch left over. And they decided to pop into black dye bath, and this is what came out. So it's a one of a kind special dark, and it is their fingering standard and fingering base, which is 75% superwash BFL, 25% nylon, 463 yards, and this is that color that came out. It's actually really dark. My camera's doing a good job of being like, I'm gonna cover this label, of making it brighter because it's gorgeous. I love it. You can see all these tones. There's purples, there's blues. It's absolutely stunning. I'm in love with it. So those are the two I got from them. And then in our retreat swag bag, we actually got, so all the team colors, it was red, blue, and purple. So all the team colors got dyed up by indie dyers, and they created these mini skeins or half skeins. And this is what I got. This is from the 3 Irish Girls, and this is their camp colors. So we have this one is Capture the Flag, Skinny Dippin', and The Ants Go Marching, maybe? I'm not sure, but it's beautiful. They're gonna make a beautiful, fun little project, whatever I choose to do. But yeah, so I got this in my swag bag. They also gave us all our choice of this amazing, this is a hand-thrown pottery mug that is made by someone here in Minnesota. So it's actually made in Minnesota, and it's super beautiful and just gorgeous. That's Deneen Pottery. Not sure. So each piece is safe for dishwasher, oven, freezer, and microwave. Deneen Pottery. But yeah, so that's what I got in that. And I think that's all the swag stuff. Oh, and this is my badge for attending for 5 years. Yes, it's awesome. And then, okay, we'll not do gifts, we're doing vendors. The yarn truck, Knit Buffalo yarn truck. I love Jenna's stuff, and she's 716 Knit is the dyer, and so I picked up 2 of my favorite colors, or 2 things that I had to come home with. It's on my favorite base. It's on the solo base, which is a single. This is called Your Face is a Poem, and it's absolutely freaking stunning. It's gorgeous. And then this one is called Smothering a Forest Fire with Napalm, which again is also one of my favorite colors. I've always looked at this color, I've never picked it up. I always pick up Tick Frickin' Talk because it's my favorite shade of green, but yeah, look at that, it's gorgeous. So I picked up those 2 at her yarn truck. And then the very, very sweet Heidi of Undead Yarn Company, she had a gift for me. She was like, oh my god, I was so excited I was coming to the tree, I was so excited you were coming there, and I've been wanting to give you this forever. And so she actually ended up giving me this amazing gift, which I'm just like blown away. She didn't have to do that. It was awesome. But this is her mini skein, Rainbow Apocalypse, which is 522 yards of fingering weight, and it's gorgeous. So they're all neons, neon purple, orange, yellow, green, blue, gorgeous, and a skein of her midnight color, which is stunning. So these guys are gonna be something magical, as like I'm gonna design something for them because they're beautiful, and she was such a sweetheart. She even dyed me a special one because she was selling these mostly on sparkle base, but she actually made me one without sparkle. There's only sparkle on the green, which she's like, I think that's pretty cool because it's your favorite color and it sparkles. And I was like, oh my god, you thought of everything for this gift. So Heidi, Undead Yarn, amazing. She's a sweetheart. She's really fun. She and her husband are really fun. They're just really sweet people. So yeah. And then I went to someone I did not know was a local dyer, but she's called The Girl Who Crafted. And this is her Foxy sock, which is 80% superwash BFL and 20% nylon, and it's 400 yards in each skein. Kyo? Yeah, you know better. Again, sorry, cats. This is The Girl Who Crafted. She's actually local here in Minneapolis, and I have a 3rd skein coming from her I custom ordered. But this is Lonely Mountain. This is from her Tolkien collection. And this is her Dragon Age collection, Ma Venan. Venin, maybe? But anyway, this is that colorway. It's gorgeous. And there's one that's coming. It's called Between These, which is called Mirkwood. She only had it on her sparkle. Pardon me for 1 second. And I don't do sparkle. So, I mean, with Heidi's gift, I'm not going to be like, oh, no, just take your gift back. It has sparkle in it. Also, it's on the green, and her sparkle isn't, like, super, like, tinsely sparkle. So, I think I can handle it. But the sparkle that she had the Mirkwood on was very sparkly, and I was like, no. But anyway, so she's dyeing that, and she's actually going to hand deliver it to me. It's pretty awesome. She like literally lives in like South Minneapolis, and my knitting group meets like close-ish, like central Minneapolis in Uptown. So it's super awesome. And then we get to the gift portion of the ZK. So my door prize, what I won from the retreat from the Show Me Yarn Company, is this gorgeous yarn in her sport weight 8 ply 100% superwash merino. This is Spooklight. Oh my god, you guys, this is gorgeous, like beyond incredible. I am very, very, very happy that this was my prize. Like, oh my god. And it's so squishy and plump, and it has so many colors in it. There's like this lovely bright turquoise, greens, purples, blues, all sorts of colors. It's stunning. I am just so excited for that. And then, what are you doing? You're a weird one. In the mug, we got a pouch from the Silver Shed USA. Amy's mom made everyone a Notions pouch. Mine is full of all these awesome stitch markers that people gave me, because people were doing stitch marker swaps and they had extras left over. So like this one is gorgeous. And most of them are actually progress keepers. So I have this lovely turtle. And then my friend Ryan gave me this paw with a green bead. I love that one. And then my friend Kim, she was like, every year she gives me something sort of knitter themed. So this year she gave me these stitch markers. I think they're freaking awesome. So thank you, Kim. I really appreciate it. And I have all sorts of other stitch markers in here from all sorts of other lovely people. It was really sweet of them. So yeah, awesome. Thank you. And then from my friend Jenna gave me this stunning mug. She and I do like a lot of mug trading. Like we find cool mugs and we send them to each other. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I can't even tell you. Like, oh my god, it's beautiful. But she was telling me this artist is really hard to find. So I was like, oh my god, it's beautiful. So I got this lovely mug, and then she also gave me a skein of her hand spun, which is absolutely stunning. I love it. It's gorgeous. And this is Pigeonry Studios. I think it's called Lydia? And it says it's about 390 yards, give or take. Stunning. Beautiful. Thank you, Jenna. And then my friend Netta, who is I'm her adopted son, and she is my Jewish mother, I think is what she called herself. She's super awesome. Sweet, sweet, sweet woman. She gave me this scissor fob. It says Home Sweet Homo. And she was asking me, she's like, would you be offended if I gave you that? And I was like, no. I love getting gifts from people, and especially when they're handmade. It makes me so happy. So thank you, Netta, for this. It was awesome, and it has lovely backing, and it's really beautifully stitched. So thank you. And then from Choco Cat, I don't remember what. I always forget her real name. Like, this is the thing. When I'm at the ZK, I'm like, what's your real name again? I remember your username. Anyway, she gave everyone this lovely glove, like, pouch notion thing. Super sweet. And then also on Jenna's truck, I got some Tuft and Woolen yarn lotions, which I have a juicy orange and ginger and a lavender one, because they're awesome for your knitting bag. And that is all of the knitting acquisitions from the ZK. Isn't that awesome? I love everything that I have, and I love the people that gave me things. I want to say huge thank you to all those adorable, lovely people who did not have to give me things. Like, this Undead Yarn Company bundle was just like, whoa, like, no, you didn't have to do that. She's like, I'm doing it anyway. So that's awesome. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you to Jenna for her hands button, which is like amazing. And all the ZK prep people, and too many people. Like, that retreat is so full of generous souls and like good people. You can't help but just like come away with like a refreshing take on humanity, and it's awesome. So thank you all for your kind words, generosity, welcoming of Badgerman. So my partner Rob came down, and people kept asking me all week. They were like, is he coming? Can we meet him? Is he coming? I was like, he's coming. And so they were like, oh yay, so they got to meet him. So he walks into the ballroom and they're just like, oh my god, it's Badgerman. And he was kind of like, whoa. I was not expecting a fanfare, and I was like, well, you are my partner and you're also like the new in my life, so people want to know you and they can tell that you make me really happy, so it's all good. And he's like, I mean, I suppose it's a good reason. I'm like, yeah, they're not like screaming because they're like, oh, down with the Badgerman. It was just awesome. So he got to do that. But anyway, that was really sweet. So I thank people for that reception of my partner. But also, just in general, thank you to Amy and Megan and all the fabulous people donating prizes and the vendors and everybody who was there. You were awesome. To all my students, you were awesome. I had a great time teaching, like I said. And I can't wait to do it again. Like, I really can. So, things to talk about. So I talked about my Fringe Supply porter bin that I can't just stop raving about because it's awesome. It's exactly how I use a knitting bag, so it's the perfect knitting bag for me. I'm like, Fringe Supply Company, you should totally pick me to be an ambassador for you because this is like the perfect product for me. I was telling them that I was like, you guys really need to do like this beautiful charcoal gray. I would love a herringbone one, like a gray herringbone with a black trim. Holy shit. Like, pardon my language, but holy shit. That'd be amazing. Anyway, knitting things is what I want to talk about. So, I am a designer of patterns, and a lot of times I need to know how much yardage is left or anything like that. And so, I use this Skitchin scale I have. Well, my knitting group friends told me about the scale that you can get. It's from Amazon. It's $12, and it's a pocket scale. Guys, I recommend this highly. So, this is what it looks like. It's this little tool. It's battery powered. This part springs out, and then that's your scale, and it turns on. Boom, turns on, it's blue. And you just weigh your yarn. Boom, magic. And it's super awesome, and it fits into your knitting bag, and I use it constantly. So, if you're looking for something, get this. It's called, like, the Blade thing. Like, that's what it's called. It's awesome, and it's very durable. It comes in its own case. It's sweet. And then, so yesterday was Rob and I's 1 year anniversary of meeting. And so for our anniversary, we went out to dinner and we exchanged gifts. I gave him a gift card for a massage that you can go to. And then because he's never had one, he's always wanted one. So I gave him the one to the place I go to. And then he gave me this amazing little cute gift. I just like, every time I look at it, I just smile like a cat. I can't help it. But anyway, so he sent me this box. He was like, you can't open it till time. So what it is, it's called the Significant Otter Care Package. You're my significant otter. And I was just like about melted when I saw the card. I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. And then what it is it's socks. Otter socks. Aren't they utterly adorable? And then this is like freaking cute as hell. It made me so happy. I can't even tell you. Like, it's adorable. The packaging was on point, and it's just cute. And it's like a small little gift. Like, we didn't really do big things for Kiwi. Get away. Now. Pardon me. Yeah. She was eating grass. I was like, you can't eat that. Anyway. Little otter. Because I'm the otter, and he's Badgerman. So those are our names for each other. So he found me a little otter care package, and I think it's amazing and so cute. So that was our anniversary gift. We went out to dinner last night. The waitress was fabulous, and we went to the place that we had our first date. And we got a free dessert, and it was super fun, and we just had a great time, and it was really like chill. And in news of that, so yesterday we also made an announcement. So we've been engaged since January, and we discussed this a couple times, and we have decided that we are going to get married on the 11th, as in 2 weeks away. This decision came a lot because there was a lot of health scares and other things that happened, and we're concerned about being able to get married in terms of having the rights that we have at this moment taken away. So we have decided to get married without big ceremony or pomp and circumstance. We're just going to throw a little intimate gathering, have an official marriage thing happen, and then in the future hold a full-on like celebration where friends and family can come to it, and like anyone who's in the area is welcome to come to it. But it's more like we are doing this quickly and quietly, and just to have that security that we can have it done at this moment. So I will be getting married on the 11th of July 2017, so 7/11/17, because we picked that together. It's 6 months after I got engaged, or we got engaged I should say, and it's also another 11, and it's a palindrome. It is like the perfect date for Josh, like, come on. So we're gonna get married. One of my friends is gonna be our officiant, and we're gonna do it in like a little outdoor park, and it's gonna be really small, intimate, and then get married, sign the like license and stuff, and then basically at that point just go to dinner, celebrate with our people, and call it good. And we regret that it's happening so fast, but we feel the need to have it happen so fast just because after the medical scare, we were both really concerned that I was really concerned I wouldn't be able to see my partner in the hospital, and I was really concerned that I wouldn't be able to speak for him or do anything, and he was really concerned that he wouldn't be allowed to have me see him. And like, there was a point where we were both absolutely terrified shitless. I'm sorry, I'm gonna swear, but there was no, that's my emotional response. We were both terrified that he was going to go and I was going to not be able to see him, or he was not able to say goodbye or anything. It was just this really, really horrible situation. So we want to get married for that reason, as well as to just have that right to see him and everything, and also just for things in life that you need to do as adults, like insurance companies and other things. So that is my big life news, is that I will be getting married. We're not going to have a really big celebration. We're probably not even going to have cake or whatever. We're probably just going to be like, cool. It's going to be really amazing. I'm going to cry my eyes out, I imagine, because we went to a wedding and I was very emotional at this wedding. And I've never gotten emotional at a wedding, but just thinking of marrying my partner who's sitting next to me was like really emotional and really moving. So yeah, so we're going to get married, have this really quick kind of elopement, basically. It's a planned elopement, which is a really weird thing, but we're going to do it. And then in the future, like, we're talking maybe like even next year, like our 1 year anniversary, throwing a full-on celebration for all of our friends and family to come to and celebrate a wedding, like have a wedding. But right now we just want to do the legal aspects of it, and yeah, so that's where we're at right now. It's a lot, and it's also not, we're taking a very low stress, high stress situation where we're like not planning it. We're not having chairs. We're not having this. We're sorry, people. Bring chairs if you want. Like, it's gonna be, come if you want to. We have enough people for witnesses. One of my friends offered to do photography for us for free and just do it. Because I cannot tell you how, Rob does not like this word, but like how blessed I am to have amazing people in my life and supportive people and people that really truly support, care, and love both of us, and especially like all of you guys who watch this podcast. It's such a moving thing to know that I have an amazing family behind me, because right now my biological family and I we're not on good terms, and there's a lot I could say about that, but I don't want to, because I don't have any sort of malice towards them or anything. It's just a lot of sadness, and that's the reality of it. It's a lot of sadness, but yeah, so it's difficult because my actual family is in blood family, does not support this decision of my life, and they view it as a very temporary, temperamental thing. Um, so it means the world's me to have the support of my people who watch my podcast and follow me on Instagram, and it. There are no words to describe how much I am thankful and lucky to have amazing people in my life to support me, to love me, and to care for me. I have a bunch of people who are willing to help and step in and do things and make sure I'm okay as a person and as like their friend, family member, or whatever. So to all of you, I extend a very heartfelt thank you because I feel so happy with who I am and where I am in life and my partner, and to have the support of my friends and family who feel that as well and can see how happy I am and support that is amazing. So please like just accept this as a huge thank you, and just I can't even tell you how lucky I feel and how blessed I feel to be able to have amazing people like you guys in my life. So before I get super emotional, I just want to say that because thank you. I can't say it enough. Thank you. So that's to everyone, and even if you don't necessarily support what I do and you're not into it, I appreciate you stopping by. But this is the first year that I have been fully out to everyone in my life. So this is the first Pride I got to celebrate. So I did all things. I did Pride manicure. I did a Pride design. I did Pride all the time because it's important to me. And so that was a really liberating experience. Just be myself and not have to worry about social media posts or anything. So thank you. I really appreciate it. I cannot tell you how overwhelmed Rob and I are with the outpouring of love and support and well wishes for our wedding coming up, and also just us as a partnership. So thank you. I really appreciate it, and so I just want to end the show with that today. Like, I feel absolutely happy and loved and cared for by all of you. So, and I can't say thank you enough. So thank you. And on that note, we're going to end the show today. Hopefully all the audio works out. Again, it's my first time using my phone. Maybe outside wasn't a good idea, but, you know, we're just going for it. We're doing lots of firsts. Outside, first time on this phone. It's all good. But thank you. I'm going to go and, you know, knit and probably go out something to eat because I'm a little hungry. But anyway, have a great day. Thank you for watching the podcast. I wish you all the best and a big burst of color in your life. So, love to you.